What's up, guys? We got episode 102 today on the deal desk. You're going to see me make some live calls. We never know what we're going to get into. I've been yelled at, I've closed some deals, I've overcome objections. I want you to see everything. And keep in mind, you're going to pick up a lot of things that I do or say that you can implement in your script when you're talking to people, when you're negotiating with people. So all I ask is you click that like and subscribe button. Okay. And if you have any leads that you want to submit to be called live, feel free to go to the ritoolbox.com, submit them there. Please make sure that you fill out the information as best as possible. Okay. Obviously some people aren't going to give us an asking price. That's completely normal. I'll do my best to try to get that price out of them. If not, give them an offer range. But just try to fill out information as best as possible. So go ahead, click that like and subscribe button. And let's get started. All right, so where are we at today? We are, let's see, in North Carolina. So we got a property in North Carolina. Let's see, I think this may be the first time I'm calling this property. All right. All right, so this is the property. They're asking $210,000. What repairs are needed? Needs a full rehab, complete rehab needed. Important details. It's two owners, sister and brother. I went out to the house back in April. Man, it's a while back. And the house needed a full rehab, and the foundation is unstable in the bathroom as well. Seller owns her property. Okay, you got a lot of great notes. Let me drop this a little bit more so I can see. All right, so the foundation is unstable in the bathroom as well. Seller owns her property. This was left to her from her parents. Don't want to be bothered with renting or rehabbing it. In April, she wanted $230,000. Now I follow up with her and she wants $200,000 to $210,000. Not open to owner finance. You put fiance, but I'm assuming you meant finance. Okay, so this is a great point. Great point. So let's give them a call, and then I'm gonna talk a little bit more about these because you will come across people that they want a high price. They realize that they can't get the price, right? So then what happens? Okay, then what happens? All right, so let's give them a call. Mrs. All right, Miss Bailey. So let's see here. We may even be able to get it lower depending on the where they're at. I'm also going to look at the comps and see if it's a realistic price. I mean, I don't know if it's a good deal or not. Let me start analyzing this thing, see what I come up with.
Hello?
Hey, good afternoon, Miss Bailey.
Yes.
Hey, my name is Steven. You spoke with my partner a while back in regards to your property on Booker Avenue. Were you still looking to sell that property?
I sure am.
Great. Did I catch you at a good time?
Hold on 1 minute, okay?
Sure. Take your time.
If we're going to cut them in.
Take your time. Now I'm going to start running comps while she's doing that. See what this house is worth. See what we can do. I'm also going to go back 3 months. Something you guys should all be doing is going back 3 months. All right. All right, let's see. So this is a 4-1, it says here. 4-bedroom, 1 bath, 1,050, built in 1959.
I'm coming. Okay.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Great. So I want to call you and see what I can do for you, see how I can help you out. My process is actually very simple. I just want to ask you a few more questions other than what I see here in the notes. I'll go and evaluate the area on the computer and see what I can offer you. It takes about 5 to 10 minutes. Is that okay?
Go ahead.
All right, great. So I'm looking at the notes. It says it needs a full renovation. What's the condition look like on the inside? Is the property livable or does it need like a complete gut job? Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
The bathroom and the kitchen needs the most work.
Bathroom and kitchen. Okay.
The other rooms are more cosmetic, you know. So,
She sounds like she's in the car. Okay. So so the bathrooms and kitchen need the most work. Is the house livable? Is it rent ready? Would you say?
and no, it's not rent ready.
Got it.
It
Okay.
don't have it doesn't have a electrical box there. Somebody stole it.
Gotcha. Okay. And then I see in the notes that you and your brother own it. I'm assuming he's on board with selling currently.
Yeah, both of us.
Gotcha. And then what about the roof, the AC, the electric, plumbing? What can you tell me about that?
Okay, things are gonna have to be brought up to code. That's the old house, okay?
Okay.
So a lot of stuff haven't been brought up to code. But as far as the roof, I was talking to my brother the other day. He said the roof is not even, it ain't 10 or 12 years old, something like that.
Okay.
And I mean, the house doesn't leak or anything, so the roof is good.
All right.
It's just that it needs some work on the inside.
Okay. What
And
about
back then,
uh-huh.
they didn't put in installation in those houses. So
Right.
I noticed the other day that it needs some installation.
Okay. Does the property have AC?
Having a what?
Any air conditioner unit?
It has a air conditioning unit and heat pack. Yes.
Okay. Do you know the age of that or what the current condition of that is?
I truly don't.
Okay. So unknown.
But I know it works. It works good.
Okay. How long has it been vacant for?
About 3 years.
Got it. 3 years. And then my partner put in the notes that you and your brother were looking to sell because you didn't want to fix it up or you don't want to bother renting it out and all that.
Yeah, we tried that. So I don't want to go that route anymore. So.
Oh, you did? How did that go? What went wrong?
And the people that live there they didn't do right.
Yeah, it could be definitely a headache sometimes when you go that route.
Yeah.
So I understand that.
In the condition now, so I'm not putting out any more money into it.
Yeah. Okay. And if you got an offer that made sense to you and your brother, what kind of time frame were you and him looking to sell? Like a week, a month, a couple months?
Tomorrow.
Okay. All right, let me take a look here in the area. And I always like confirming these things on the tax records because sometimes they're inaccurate, but it says it's a 4-bedroom, 1 bath, 1,050 square feet.
That's right.
Okay. 4-bedroom, 1 bath, 1,050 square feet. And then let me look around here in the area. Well, I'm looking at some other similar properties. Did you have any idea? I mean, it seems like it needs a lot of work, everything. Did you have any idea as to what you think it currently might be worth or what you were looking to at least sell for?
I looking to get 200,000, and whoever gives me the 200,000 can have the house.
Gotcha.
I'm not giving the house away.
Right.
The area that you're going into is an old area, but investors like you are coming in buying those houses up. They turn them down. They build a $400,000 house.
Mm-hmm.
So I am not giving the house away.
Absolutely.
So I'm
And
only asking 200.
yeah.
And whoever comes to 200 can have the house.
Okay. And so you how long have you been trying to sell the property for?
We haven't really been trying to sell it that long, because we just made a decision to sell it.
Oh,
maybe
okay.
about 6-7 months ago. So,
Got it. So this was recent. Okay. And
for a
then
year at the most.
what
So,
was a year?
We
Okay.
just came to the thing that we'll go ahead and get rid of it. That's all. So,
Got it. Okay. And how did just out of curiosity, how did you get to that price of 200,000?
because, like I said, that area is being developed.
Mm-hmm.
There's a sheep that's going behind the house.
A what?
There's a $400,000 house at the end of the street. They're knocking those houses down. They're running folks out of there. So I know it's going to be a profitable for whoever buys it.
Mm-hmm.
All I want mine's up front.
I got it. And then it says here in the notes that you and your brother weren't looking to do anything finance wise. Like if we were able to pay exactly what you're asking for, you're not looking to do terms on the property.
No, sir. No,
Got
sir.
it.
I'm not being the bank.
Right. No, I understand. And you decide what you want to do with the property. I am taking a look at a few other ones. I mean, there's some that are in good shape because there are some in the area that are built in the year 2000. And then this one is built, I believe, 1959 from what I see here. So I'm trying to look at the most recent sales comparable because there are some properties that are selling for between 350 to 400,000 that were built in the year 2000, and obviously those are newer, but I'm trying to look at similar properties to yours. There's actually one right across the street from yours on Booker Avenue on 4028. This one, actually, this was actually sold in March of last year. There's not much selling recently, but this one sold for $100,000. I'm not sure what kind of condition it was in though. Let me take a look here.
That was burnt.
That one was burned, you said?
I think that's the house that got burnt.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So naturally, they would sell for that kind of money.
Right. Are you familiar with Ancroft Avenue?
What cross?
Ancroft.
I've seen it. I've seen it in passing. That's about it.
Yeah, it's right across Riddle Road over there. But there's a property on 1007 that just sold actually 2 months ago. 1007 Ancroft Avenue. This one actually sold for $187,000. Well, that's
okay.
Mm-hmm. And that
wasn't my property.
What was that?
That wasn't my property.
Yeah, I know. I'm just seeing what the market's allowing right now. But if we were able to pay, your closing costs, fees, commissions, we can pay cash. We can close whenever you like, as long as it's a clean title. Obviously, we're not always the best fit. I'm not going to waste your time if I don't think we're too close. But if we're able to do all that for you, what do you think would be the best price you can do? Because it seems like it needs a lot of work,
What's your best offer? Put it that way. What's your best offer?
Yeah, I mean, I can only offer based upon the condition and then what's selling in the market. So I see that property in 107 Ancroft. It's the only one that sold recent. So I'm trying to look at the last 3 months. Anything beyond that, the market, I mean, is just changing right now. There are sales in your neighborhood, but they're like a year ago. So it's a big risk. But typically, an investor, they're going to offer you cash, and there's pros and cons. Terms, there's pros and cons. You mentioned to me already you don't want to do terms. Have you ever considered listing it? Why not list it? You could probably get what you're asking for.
I don't want to list it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you listed, that means you got to go and fix stuff up. I'm not doing that. So, what is your best offer?
So there's two things I could probably do for you here. And you let me know if any of these make sense. If not, no big deal. There's two things we can do. So the first thing is a cash offer. I'm not going to waste your time if I can't pay you the 200,000, but I would have to be somewhere close to what the other ones are selling for recently. Because if it was like a year ago, I could probably do close to 200,000, but the only recent one I see is on 1007 and Croft Avenue. So it sold for 187,000. So that's the first thing I could do is offer you cash, probably somewhere around there. I have to confirm with my partner on every property I look at. The second thing I can do is, typically when somebody lists a property, there's repairs, commissions, and all that stuff. Something that we're able to do, however, since we work with agents and we're a real estate investment company, is if the homeowner agrees, we can market their property to our investors and they would pay cash. You don't have to fix it up or do any of that stuff. I can bring 3 solid offers to the table that are probably higher than what I'm going to offer you. And then you can say, hey, I like this or I don't like this. So I'm just trying to figure out which solution works best for you. So I don't waste your time, but whether it's me or anybody else, I don't think anybody's going to pay 200,000. I think the closest we'd be is probably, between, 100, 170, somewhere around there. But you may be able to get more if you listed it and it was sold to another investor that we may know.
No, I'm not going that route. If you come to 190, I might can deal with that.
190 is
But
your.
I'm not going any lower than that. Okay.
No, I completely understand. And your brother, you and your brother are the main decision makers on this property, right?
We are the only ones that's on the property. Property
Okay.
is cleared, all taxes paid, everything.
Got it. And I
So-
see Glenn Ford and Veronica Bailey.
And that's right. That's right. I will drop it down to 190
Mm-hmm.
since you plan the closing costs and all, taking it as is.
Mm-hmm.
Then, but that's the lowest I'm going. Okay.
No problem.
I'm not $10,000 off.
Yeah, I'm not here to haggle you. I don't want to waste your time. Let me do this. Let me speak with my partner. I just got some more information that I'll run this by him. If we're able to do the 190, I'm not saying we are, but if he's like, we can do the 190, is this something you'd be ready to move forward with today?
It's something we can move forward, but I'm gonna tell you right now,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not playing in a game.
Mm-hmm.
Either you were gonna do the 190 and the property be yours and it's over, or I'm not coming back negotiating any less. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Understood.
Okay. I'm just being straight up. I'm just being straight up with you.
Of course, I appreciate that. So people don't waste each other's time. So right. Let me crunch these numbers and then we'll give you a call back. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Talk soon. Thank you. Bye.
All right. You have a.
You too. She dropped. So you see how that went. There's a few key points. I'm running a few extra comps here because what I did is I anchored her because she seems flexible. Notice in the beginning, she's like, I'm not going to go underneath 200,000. She did go underneath 200,000, right? But I have to be conservative. Okay. So one of the things, I'm just going to recap the call real quick while I do these comps. There's a reason they still haven't sold it, right? Maybe they're firm with a lot. I mean, remember, originally when you submitted this lead, she was asking, I think you said 210 to 230. Now she's at 200, and now she's at 190. And I asked her, like, well, why not, why not keep it? Like, why are you looking to sell? Well, I tried putting people in there, it didn't work. Whenever somebody tells you the reason that they're looking to sell, that is your chance to talk about that, right? Press on the pain points. Remember, you're trying to find a solution. And you also have to be realistic with people because I tell her, like, will you sell to me or anybody else? I don't know if they're going to be able to pay 200,000. Maybe, maybe not. But there is a little bit of activity here in the area. There is a house that's not new construction. It's built in 2000 and it sold for 362, I believe. I anchored priced her with a property on the other side. Now, remember, when you're anchor pricing somebody, it does not remember, that's not what your offer is. the purpose of anchor pricing somebody is to start low, right? If there's no comps, you can create your own range, but I don't think we're too far apart here. And it's better to get no deal than a bad deal. And what I was going to say is before I call this person, when you talk to somebody and they don't want to do the cash price, they don't want to do terms, they don't want to list it, even if they don't have to do anything, which I think she'd be open to that. She really understood what the process is like. But if she doesn't get the price she wants, she's going to start realizing very quickly that she's going to have to go lower, right? And so I don't know if she owns this property free and clear. Maybe she did. They got this property for $9,000 in 2010. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, it's better to go farther back in time sometimes and farther out. It depends on the area. This is a very interesting area because 2 blocks over, you have some commercial. There's 5 sales in her neighborhood. Okay, the highest one is, let's see, 362, which is a few houses to the right, but that's built in 2000. You can't really compare a house built in 2000 to 1959. Okay, so let me do this. Let me look at one that's a little bit older. I see 1961. Okay, she said that property got burnt down. Okay, I see another one here, 1960. This sold for $290,000 cash. Hold on. This one. Okay. All right. So we have a property here that sold for $290,000 and $500 cash, and it is a few streets to the left. Let me take a look at this one. Now, I'm using PropStream. I'm not going to show you what I'm looking at to keep whatever leads you submit confidential. But what I'm doing right now is when you see, if you're using PropStream, and I can do a comp training in the Facebook group, that's another thing, guys. If you guys aren't part of the Facebook group, check that out. Go to the RI Toolbox request. It is a private group. I don't want any bots in there. If you're a bot, don't go there. Hopefully you watching this, you're not a bot or some chat GPT thing. But check us out. I do exclusive trainings. I'm going to start doing more exclusive trainings in that Facebook group, right? So one thing I did is I did a poll of what would you guys want to know more about, and the highest vote was negotiation. I did a whole quick thing on negotiation. Okay, so I'm going to be doing more really good trainings only in there. No webinars, no Zooms or any of that stuff. Just dropping knowledge, not selling anything, just dropping knowledge to the community. Okay, so if you want to be part of that, you can request it. Go to ritoolbox.com. Okay, so let's get back over here. So this property sold for $290,000 cash, and this was a hedge fund. And I know this hedge fund. Let me look at the condition. You see this, this is not renovated, but it's in really good shape. Her house seems like it needs a lot of work. Okay. And do not ever be afraid to say no to somebody. A lot of people make the mistake of, I got to make this deal work, right? I got to find some numbers. I got to find the right comps. I got to just somehow turn this lead into a deal. It's not going to be like that all the time. Remember, people that want to sell have problems. You have to bring the solution. If they don't want cash, terms, or listing, they're trying to for sale by owner by themselves, and they're stuck on that price. This lady's been trying to sell for a long time, okay? And she's already dropped $40,000. And I think it's too tight. I really do. I don't think I would not offer her obviously 200. I wouldn't do that. The 190 would really depend on, how much work it really needed. And maybe this is somebody that'd be better negotiated in person. But guys, in today's market, you have to be conservative. It's better to get no deal than a bad deal. Keep that in mind. It's better to get no deal than a bad deal. All right. So yeah, I mean, this one sold cash 290, but it's in way better shape. It's not renovated, it's just in good shape. Is there something here? Possibly. Would I pull the trigger on this? Probably not. I'm gonna let her marinate a little bit. So this is a perfect example of somebody that being a follow-up. I'm not gonna go out of my way to over negotiate somebody that is super firm. She's already dropped $10,000 when she said, I'm not going less than $200,000, right? So I already gave her more or less where I'd be at. I gave her a range. And that's when she dropped. I gave her a range, and that's when she dropped. But even at that price, there's not enough data here to justify that that price makes sense. Really, I'd be around 170. I feel if I call her back and give her that, right? And when you call somebody, you talk to them, you either anchor or give her range. But anytime it's a call back, don't over negotiate because the person's not gonna remember. You start high and you go low, it sounds worse. You start low and you go high, it sounds better. You get what I'm saying? So nobody's ever gonna complain of you giving them a higher price. So this is why it's so good to be conservative. Where people get upset is when you start high. Let's say I said, yeah, we'd be around 190. Okay. Oh, let me check my partner. Oh, actually, we'd be around 160. She'd probably hang up on the phone. Okay. So just make sure you're conservative. So this being said, man, I'd be probably around 160, 170, honestly. Okay. So yeah, that's actually a good conversation to listen to, and offering different options for people. Okay. So let's go to the next one. That was a great call. Whoever submitted that, we can get on a call after, but I definitely follow up with her in the future. You've already been following up with this person. This lead has actually been on the deal desk for a while, but keep following up. At some point, I'm telling you, at some point, she's going to realize that she's not going to get the price she wants. Originally, she was asking, what'd you put in here? Let me just double check here. Originally, she was asking $230,000. She's now at 190. Okay, that's a big drop. All right, I'm not good at math. Let me pull my calculator. 230 minus 190, $40,000 drop. Okay, she'll probably drop more when she realizes you can't help people that can't help you, if that makes sense. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so the next one is also North Carolina. We actually got a deal in North Carolina for land. So if you guys are buyers in North Carolina, I'd love to talk. You could shoot me a DM. Let's look at this next one in North Carolina. And then what is this? This doesn't, okay. Sometimes these Google Street View photos just they confuse me sometimes. All right, so this one, I can already tell you it looks rough. At least the roof does. I mean, the roof looks rough. The inside of the house probably looks rough because then you start getting issues. All right, so this is the property. Whoa, so this is like what is this? This is some half metal roof? Like they did some custom thing. Oh, this is boarded up. Now we're talking. This is the kind of properties you should really be on the lookout for. All right, so what's the story with this one? Asking price didn't say. Think it's worth $45,000, but didn't say that's what he wants. So remember, when I ask for price, I ask people, do you have an idea as to what you think it might be worth or what you're looking to at least sell for? This is exactly why. Now, it's actually the other way around. And people will tell you this, not realizing homeowners usually don't know what their house is worth. They're not real estate agents or experts or investors. They look at things differently. So if somebody wants to know what their house is worth, they would just go on Zillow. They look at the Zestimate, all these other websites, and that will give an idea of where they need to be at. But I can guarantee you, this guy knows exactly what his bottom dollar is. Okay, so I don't believe that he thinks it's worth $45,000. If that's what he says, that's probably more or less what he actually wants. Needs a full rehab. All right, he has another property as well that he'd like to sell at blank, blank, blank address. His brother houses passed down to him, but didn't go through probate as of yet. Okay. Reason for selling didn't say, just said he's interested in selling. And what's the offer? What's the offer? That's what people can tell you. Hey man, what's your offer? Well, what's the best you can do? You notice that lady? She said, "What's the best you can do?" She knows how the dance goes. Okay, so let's check this out. Let's give this guy a call. And then let me copy and paste his address so while that's ringing, I can start running comps. So what I'm gonna start doing the Facebook group, by the way, is I'm gonna do an exclusive deal desk. Maybe once a month I'll do that. I'll also do maybe we'll do like a cold calling party where you guys can make cold calls. I'll give you feedback. I'll do cold calls with you. If there's any specific leads, I'll invite you on, and we could do a lot. And that's where a lot of people learn is role playing, listen live calls. So again, if you want to join the Facebook group, click the go to ritoolbox.com and request it. I will be accepting invites today on there, so you'll be accepted pretty quickly. If I feel like you're a robot or you're brand new to Facebook and you have one friend, nothing against you have one Facebook friend, but if it looks sketchy, the admin will not approve you. Okay. But we will be accepting people today. So if you're a real person and not a robot, go ahead and request an invite. Okay. So let's give this guy a call before I lose track of what I'm doing here. Let's see. Blank, 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 blank. All right, let's give him a call. And then I'm going to copy this address and paste it. Is it ringing? Put on speaker. Okay. And then I'll copy this address, paste it, and I'm off to the races on the comps. Address is not coming up. Make sure it's the correct one.
Hello, you've reached Michael Jones.
All right, let's call him back. See if he answers the phone. Oh, he said, please text me. No problem. What would be the best time to give you a call back? Question mark. There we go. All right. By the way, this address that you submitted is, I don't know if it's missing something, but it's not coming up. It came up on Zillow, so it should come up on PropStream. Maybe it's spelled out differently. There it is. All right, cool. I want to look at this real quick for you, because oh man, he has like a junkyard in the back. Okay, rough area. Let me go back 3 months. Yeah, well, there's been one house, but no, that's multifamily. Yeah, he's asking. Oh, he says he thinks it's worth 45. It is not worth 45. It's probably worth less than that considering the condition it's in. But yeah, this property probably needs a lot of work. But that's what we like. Somebody from the team showed me a really rough property today. It's only it doesn't matter like what condition the property's in. What matters is the price you're going to get it at. You can get any deal out there, and what makes it a deal is the price you got it at, not the condition it's in. Okay, if you get a price low enough, you put money into it, you renovate it, you put it back on the market, you wholesale it, you do terms, you do listing, whatever. All right, so let's go on to the next one. I'm going to X this one out. What is this next one? Oh, nice. It's on the water. All right, so this property here. All right. Let's see. Let me check this one off. All right. Asking price, not sure. Best offer, he said. All land, demo, complete rehab needed. House is horrible, he said. It's only about 800 square feet. What he thinks it's worth money is the land, which is two separate lots, but they're right next to each other. Total is 0.33 acres. House is over 100 years old, and the only new thing is a boiler he put in last year. Not sure if he has gone through probate, but he said mom died 20 years ago and he inherited everything. He thinks a land developer should buy both lots. Couldn't find any land comps. Reason for selling? He's tired of paying $6,000 on taxes a year for the property, and he thinks that the people from across the lake have houses worth 1.3 million, and his might be worth the same, but it's not. He has another house in California, and he can move back to that, he said. Okay, so I'm assuming that this house doesn't exist here anymore. Okay. So the values in the land. Wait, did I read that correctly? No, the house is still there. It's just in bad shape. But this doesn't look like 800 square feet. This looks more than 800 square feet. All right, so let me give them a call and get some information on this. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat. I'll get to those after these calls. The only bad question or dumb question is the no question. So, judge-free zone. We were all once beginners. If you're new, feel free to ask whatever you want. If you're experienced, feel free to ask whatever you want. And I'll do my best to answer the questions and help you guys out. All right. So let me go back here. Hold on a second. Oh, no, that's the one I called. Okay. Man, all these spreadsheets. Okay. Let me call this person. See if they pick up the phone. That house does not look like 800 square feet. Start running these comps here. Right, let's see here. Man, this is on the water. This is on the water.
Please leave your message for.
But there's a commercial property right next to it. I think it's. Oh, that's not a commercial. I thought it was a restaurant. That's actually a house. Nice house. Let me see if I can show you guys. Let me call this person back one more time. I want to start giving you guys just some feedback on the offer or what kind of range you may be at, because if I don't get a hold of them here, maybe I can give you some feedback as to what you should. Yeah, so this house here, this is the right house. But unless this is the house. Oh, wait, I can't tell, man. Is this a shed or the house or what's going on here? I can't, it's hard to see. I mean, regardless, this has some opportunity here, right? See, they pick up.
Please leave your message.
They didn't pick up. So I'm going to take the screen off. I'm going to run some comps on this real quick because I do see something here. But just because there's no new construction, no land doesn't mean that, somebody will buy this. Wow, it does say it's a 3-1, 816 square feet. That's crazy. It didn't look like that, at least for me. You don't see too many two-story houses. If that was a two-story house, that's 816 square feet. Okay, so I'm looking right here. There's another house that sold. How much do they want? He didn't say. See, when people don't tell you that and they don't answer phone, obviously, I don't know at what point The value is more in the land. If somebody says the value is more in the land, that automatically tells me that they're reasonable simply because they don't see any value in the house. Now, some properties may be in really bad shape and people's like, oh, the value's in the land. The house can be salvaged, and just because the house is in horrendous shape does not mean it can't be renovated. So typically when somebody says the value's in the land, that shows me that they're reasonable because they may think the house is in horrible shape. But then we come in, we see there's something there. So it'd be great. So anyways, yeah, I mean, there's opportunity here. We just got to talk price. Let me go real quick here. I want to see, let me take off the square footage. Okay. Okay, so there hasn't been anything that's sold there. What about, you said that there was no land. It's not easy. If you're in a prime area, it's not easy to find stuff on the water at a good price. Right? We just locked up a property here in Florida that's waterfront, a ski-sized lake, and the last time we got a property in a contract on that kind of size lake was in 2019, 2020. So anytime you get a waterfront property, I mean, typically that's a good sign. All right. All right. So let's move on to the next one. Keep the questions coming. Again, if you guys have questions, drop them in the chat. I will answer them. So drop any questions you want. And then the RIToolbox.com, you're more than welcome to request an invite to the Facebook group. We network on there. I drop some free education on there. And there's a lot more surprises on there. Okay. All right. So let's go to the next one. What do we got now? Some good leads. Some good leads. All right. So this one is in Florida. Okay. I feel like we've tried calling this person before. They probably didn't pick up the phone, and that's why they're back here. All right. Here's the house. All right. So what's up with this one? Asking price, nothing. What repairs are needed? Not sure. What property condition? Fair condition. Not much here. Let's give them a call. I don't have any information, but doesn't mean I can't get some. So let's see if they pick up the phone, and then I'll get to some questions shortly. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you, man. Sorry, guys. I forgot to tell you before I make this call. So I have this thing called the Acquisitions Accelerator. I haven't done it in a long time because I haven't made a priority, honestly. But basically, the Acquisitions Accelerator is where you have me for 4 weeks. We're going to go through everything acquisitions A to Z. We're going to have 2 calls a week. They're going to be Tuesdays and Thursdays. We're going to cover foundation, scripts, objections, how to analyze properties in today's market, growing a team, systems. We're going to go over a lot, okay? A lot. Because we're still cranking deals. The sales floor is upstairs here in Tampa. We're cranking some good deals. We have about, I want to say, at least over 500,000 in the pipeline. But the reason we got that is because we're all good at negotiating. Okay. So, anyways, the Acquisitions Accelerator, we'll probably have that next month. Somebody won a prize to get that for free, by the way. So congrats. But I'm going to be having that. If that's something you're interested in, feel free to shoot me a DM and I'll send you the details. But I'm really excited to have that again because I've seen the most success I've seen with clients or students is the Acquisitions Accelerator, other than the course. Okay. So keep that in mind. If that's something you're interested in, shoot me a DM and I'll connect you with the team. All right. So anyways, back to the program here. We're at this house right here. All right. So I didn't have any information. So I'm just going to call them. Let's see if they pick up the phone. But just want to throw that out there because that's probably one of my favorite things to promote when it comes to education. There's nothing like one-on-one, and there's nothing like making calls live with you. Okay. On the last one, we've made calls live, and they may be leads you have. And then I call them, I try to set up or close them, and people have gotten results. So I'm super excited to announce that again. All right, let me call this person. Where's their name at? I think it has duplicate names here. I don't even know how to say that last name. They pick up and they hung up. I didn't get a chance to say hi. I'm going to call them right back. If you ever have a conversation with somebody, by the way, and you're talking to them, and this will happen if it hasn't already, so you'll learn quickly. But if you have a conversation with somebody and you give the offer range or an offer, whatever you do, and they hang up, call them immediately and say, I'm sorry, we get disconnected. Oh, no, I hate your offer. Hey, I'm not saying that's what I was going to offer you. I'm just letting you know what's on the area. And then you get back in the conversation. So you cannot be afraid of it. You can't be afraid. Okay? Fear and sales doesn't work. Comfort and growth doesn't mix. Comfort and growth doesn't mix.
Please leave your message.
Okay, then pick up. All right, we're gonna make a few more, and then we'll get into some Q&A. So if you have any questions, drop them in the chat. This is where a lot of people learn, is asking questions. Asking questions. All right, so we are going to New Jersey. We haven't called a lead New Jersey in a minute. Let's see what we can get in New Jersey. All right. Let's see here. Is this land? Is this a house? I think it's just land. If you guys are unsure how to analyze land, or you just want a different take on it, I do have a video on my YouTube channel, how to analyze land. It's the same strategy I've been using for a while. It's just what works for me. Keep in mind, I'm not perfect. I'm always learning, but I will always share what works for me. If I find a better way of doing it, I'd love to share that too, but it's worked pretty good. So yeah, let me share my screen with this. Okay, so let's see. Did not say fair condition. It's her grandpa's house. So I'm assuming there's a house here. Just probably a deep lot. Can't really see. I don't think that's it though, because it brought me over here. Or maybe it is. I mean, I don't really see a driveway. I think it may be this one. Okay. I don't know. Zillow, you never know with Zillow. You never know with Zillow. Okay. All right. So our grandpa's house, not much information here. Reason for selling, did not say. Okay, let's give him a call. Somebody doesn't really have a reason to sell. Remember, you learn more about how motivated somebody is by the reason and time frame. And if they don't have a reason or a time frame, they're really somebody you should be, cautious of continuing a deep conversation. I see that a lot. I see people that really love people, talking to people. Listen, you're in this business to make money. And if you're not, you're going to be out of business very quick. Okay? As much as you love people and helping them, you have to talk to the right people. Some people don't even want your help. You can have a great conversation. Okay? But there's people out there that need your help and they want to talk to you and they don't know where you're at. And then when you call them, you kick it off. All right, let's call this person. We're going to call this seller, and then we're going to get into Q&A. So if you have any questions, drop your questions. Drop your questions. This will be the last call, and then I'll get into Q&A. Let's see. Speaker. Hmm. It's got to be the house because I don't see anything over there. It's a car.
You reach Nan.
Let's call one more time. If they don't answer, I go straight into Q&A. Let's call back one more time. All right, they're not answering the phone. So we're getting to Q&A. Drop your questions. Okay. What's up with this camera? All right.
You reach Nan.
All right, they didn't pick up the phone. So we're getting to right into Q&A here. All right, let's see what questions you guys have for me. What is she going to do if she can get asking price in the next 6 months? Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I asked her, like, what would she do if she didn't sell? She didn't seem super motivated. She seems very serious, but not motivated. But I will tell you, when you guys follow up with people like that, the price is going to change. And it's super important to follow up with people. Facebook user. If you guys are watching the Facebook group, by the way, sometimes it doesn't show who you are, but do you think that last lady would have been open to a novation? Well, I kind of pitched it. I asked a little bit differently. If we were to list it and we brought buyers, but she was under the impression that originally for listings, you would have to fix it up. And I told her, since we're investors, we work with other investors, I may have people that may pay higher. But I really think that she may do that. If she followed up, it's because originally, these are little things I pay attention to. When I call somebody and I hear a lot of background noise or sounds like they're in a car, okay, it tells me, is this person really going to be focused on what I'm saying? Okay. And that's something that you guys should be very, pay attention to that. If you call somebody and it sounds like they're busy or they're with kids or they're in a car or whatever, they may not even understand what you're saying. Okay. Excuse my blurriness. All right. So I think, you know what? I think she would be open to a novation, but I think she was just occupied where she just wants to get straight to the point. But she may be open to an ovation. All right. Good question. What time do you have your acquisitions team start calling leads? So our office hours are from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. We have a meeting at 9. And as soon as the meeting's over, we jump on the calls. Ideally, 10 to 6 is when you want acquisitions calling. It depends if you're virtual, if you have an office, but we call and we work from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And a lot of people stay after because there's just a bunch of opportunity and they're hungry and they're driven. And I think that's how it should be in this business. You get out what you put in, whether you're with a team or by yourself. Okay. How long do you wait to call back leads and they said they aren't interested in selling anymore or their asking price is too high? So this is a great question. How long do you wait to call back leads that said they aren't interested in selling anymore or their asking price was too high? It's funny you asked that because literally those two exact scenarios, whether they change their mind, they don't want to sell anymore, or the price is too high, we label those in our CRM as closed lost. Okay. Closed lost means, did the person want more than 20% of your MAO or did the person change their mind? There's a couple reasons we like to identify those differently because the follow-up is going to be different. If I'm talking to somebody and they said, Steven, I do want to sell, okay, and you're following up, and then they say, I changed my mind. I'm going to label that as closed loss. They no longer want to sell. Why would I do that? Because when I'm calling people back and they don't want to sell, there's always something that's happened in between. And what I mean by that, something or somebody has happened, or talked to them out of it, or influenced them between the first time you spoke with them and the second time you spoke with them. Somebody is a second person of influence. Okay. So if I'm interested and I change my mind, what changed in between? Okay. That's up to you to find out. And typically what we do with those when we follow up is we ask them, hey, are you the main decision maker on this? Because some people, you have to meet them in person. We have an amazing team of agents that meet with the homeowners in person to extract that information. Some people just feel more comfortable that way. But remember that, guys, if somebody you spoke with is interested and then they're not interested the second time, you have to find out what happened in between, because it may be an objection. It may be maybe you sent an agreement and they didn't like it and now they change their mind. When that actually means I'm still interested in selling, but I don't trust you, or you said something wrong, or you messed up. Okay, it's part of the game. And then if they're asking prices too high, it's the same thing. Those will usually give a little bit more time. So if somebody says they're not interested in selling them anymore, it depends when they originally said they first wanted to sell. So if somebody says they're looking to sell in 30 days or less, that typically shows a good sign of motivation. If somebody wants a high price, they don't want a cash offer, they don't want terms, they don't want a listing, novation, whatever. Typically what I do is I check in with that person in 30 days, because not much is going to change. Now, remember that lady, I see that you've been working that lady since October. So it's been a while, right? It's been a while. So there's no point in following up with those people in a day, in a week, in 2 weeks. I'd follow up with people that are unrealistic in 30 days. And if somebody wanted to sell their house and then they change their mind, you have to backtrack and see, when you originally spoke with a person, what did they tell you as far as time frame they want to sell? Because if they said, I want to sell in 30 days, and you're following up with them, and they said, I don't want to sell anymore, I would definitely call every other few days. You have to have this mentality that you rather lose a deal calling too much than too little. Why? Because other investors are calling your leads. Yes. Every time you talk to a homeowner, you will not be the only one. If you guys want to be successful in this business, you have to have relentless follow-up. Relentless follow-up. Okay? The most important thing is you call them back when they give you permission, politely. So what I mean by that is say, hey, Bob, when would be a better time to check back with you tomorrow? Oh, call me. I don't know. You just call me tomorrow. Would you prefer mornings, afternoons, evenings? You guys have heard me say this a lot, right? The whole point is get a time frame. They told you. You call them back when they told you. Okay. Now, if they don't call you back, now you have to step on the gas for at least 2 days, right? Just a quick recap of my follow-up process. If somebody says, Steven, call me tomorrow morning at 9, I'll call them at 9. If they don't answer, okay, I'm going to call them, obviously. I'm going to leave a voicemail. I'm going to leave a text. And then if they don't respond, I'm going to call between 12 and 1. I'm just going to leave them a text. If they don't respond, I'm going to call them between 5 and 6. I'm going to leave them a text. 3 missed calls, 1 voicemail, and 3 text messages. You do that for 2 days. They're going to know you're calling. If they don't respond within 2 days, you either have to call from a different number, okay, or there's something going on that we're unaware of. And life happens, and you're talking to people that may be motivated to sell for a lot of reasons. But usually their phone is still active, and if you're calling that much, they're going to be like, man, this guy, I don't want to talk to this guy, man. Just put him to the side. You call from a different number, they pick up the phone. Bob, this is Steven. And you know what's funny is when I do that and they pick up the phone, I don't even ask them how they're doing or how's the weather. I literally get straight to the point because this person's been ducking me. I say, hey, Bob, listen, I've been trying to call you a few times, obviously. Listen, I just want to check in with you because if you're not looking to sell your house, I don't want to keep bothering you. I start off with a takeaway like that, okay? So hopefully that answers your question, all right? Great question. Love your content. Lots of amazing value. Thank you so much. This is really encouraging. I really love doing this, and I hope you guys apply these things in your business teach your team, whatever you got to do, right? These are things that are proven. It works, okay? Where can I find the video in which you speak with an agent? That is in the acquisitions course. The acquisitions course has a vault that has recordings of calls that I've done, my team has done. There's also going to be, actually, it should be already on there. There's a voice audio of me pitching an agent. And I'm actually going to create a whole curriculum on the course on where to find agents, how to pitch them, how to pay them, how to keep them, how to work with them. Okay. Agents don't work for me. They work with me. Okay. And they have to be investor friendly. And there's questions you have to ask them and they have to ask you. And it's got to make sense. But once it does, man, listen, we don't go on any appointments. Okay. Agents go on the appointments for us, but agents don't work for free either. You got to bring value. So on the course, I will be adding that curriculum, and I'll also be interviewing one of the top agents in Tampa on that. So stay tuned. If you want to look into that, go to ritoolbox.com. I never shove the course down people's throat, but I know what it's worth. Whether you buy it or not, that's your call, but I know what it's worth. Okay. Is the VA sales service already available? It's, man, like the thing with that is there's a wait list right now. Okay. I'm sure I'm not the only cold calling company out there. Okay. What I will tell you, ever since a new partnership I've entered into, it's quality over quantity. I'm not trying to scale this crazy. I want to work with a very small group of people that are familiar with the process. They have good expectations. I want to make sure the cold callers and team that I have over delivers. Okay. That being said, when people see there's value and there's a demand, they sign up. I open the door and I close the door. Right now, there is a waiting list. Okay. Is that even on the ritoolbox.com? I don't know if I even have that up. Let me check. That's a good question. Did they take that down or is it still up? So all these things you guys are asking me, I just put on the ritoolbox.com. Actually, it is up there. Okay, perfect. So if you guys are interested in cold calling services, I will tell you right now, I'm not the cheapest. Okay. I work with a small group of people. If you are serious, you can head over to raitoolbox.com. You can go to mastercall or mastercars.com. It says a little bit about what we do. There's a lot of companies that use us. You can go to contact. You fill this out. Somebody from the team will reach out. Okay. I don't think there's any available right now. There is a waiting list. Okay. But this is not for everybody. It's definitely not for everybody. It is an investment. I know what they bring to the table, what they are extremely good at. What I will tell you, okay, what they are really good at is they're really good at identifying what an opportunity is. And I really think that's the most important thing, right? If somebody says, hey, give me 2 to 3 leads a day, it's easy for me to submit leads or the team to submit leads to you. But are they garbage leads? Do these people actually want to sell? I mean, I want to put leads in front of you that generally want to sell. Okay. So just keep that in mind. Fill that out, get on the waiting list, and somebody from the team will reach out. So yes, value. Thank you. Value. That's what I try to give out. Do you only have acquisitions team members there, or do you have a virtual acquisitions team also? I actually used to have virtual acquisitions, and I actually went back to the office in October of last year. At the time, I had a hybrid. As of right now, we have 5 acquisitions agents all in office. Maybe I'll give you guys a tour in the Facebook group. I'll do like a tour of the facility and show you the team. I think that'd be awesome. Actually, I'd love for you guys to meet the team and the operation. But yeah, it's all in-house now. I got sick of working virtually. I worked virtually for 3 years, and not only is it more difficult, but I feel like, I don't know, I need to thrive around people and environment. And when the pandemic happened is when I pivoted to virtual, and it was good in the beginning. But man, I don't know. I just got sick of it. Always ask them, change your mind. Yep. Smash that like button. Smash that like and subscribe button. That's all I ask. Everything I do here is free. Any upcoming sales courses in the near future? So, great question. So, guys, I only have one course, okay? And the cool thing about this course, it's not outdated. And I think that's what really separates me and a lot of other education out there is I want to keep it fresh. So if I come up with an idea, I'm like, man, this will be great. For example, where do you find agents? How do you pay agents? How do you pitch agents? I'm going to add a whole curriculum on that on the course and any other things that I feel may be of good value to you. So you're going to have lifetime access to that course, and it's going to be always adding new things. Okay? Super excited about that. Any final questions, comments, concerns, or feedback or anything before we wrap up here? You guys asked great questions today. Hopefully you learned a thing or two and just watch there's now 102 episodes, which is, I can't believe I've been doing this for that long, but it's awesome. All right, guys. Well, have a great weekend. I'm going to get back to it. Last call, okay? If you want to join the Facebook group, go to the reitoolbox.com. The very first one is join my Facebook group. If something looks sketchy, if the team thinks something's sketchy, or you have one friend, or you're trying to spy or something, or you're a robot, you will not get accepted, okay? So it's got to be a real person, real profile, okay? So that being said, guys, have a great weekend. Go crush it. Skills pay the bills. I'll see you.